Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Boy, it is hotter than a mother out here, and I hope you're enjoying the weather wherever you are in the country. So last week I was talking about the Apple share price split, and I thought that was the only one that we were going to see, and I'm filming this on Wednesday. So last night it was announced that Tesla are also going to be doing a share split to attract new investors into the fold. So as I did last week, I'm going to be talking to you about what that basically means, some key considerations. Now, there are some key differences with this share split for Tesla. I'm going to talk about those. I'm also going to talk about what I'm thinking of doing within my own portfolio. If you followed me for a while, you know that I'm a little bit of a Tesla fanboy. I drive a Tesla. I'm actually a Tesla supercharger right now, and I believe in what Elon is all about. He's a bit of a mad genius. He's someone that the world basically needs to think outside the box and move to the next stage. So I'm going to give you my views on what I'm going to be doing within my portfolio. I'm also going to show you as well what my Tesla stock has actually done since I bought into it about 3 or 4 months ago. I've had some really great returns, and hopefully give you some insights, my views, to help you make the best financial decision possible as well. But as always, really important, guys, do not take this as financial advice. Use this as a basis to do your own research and come up with your own determination as to whether you're going to buy Tesla stock before or after the split later on this month. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, because this is where we talk about investing predominantly, and I give you insights to help empower your investment decisions. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so here's what Tesla are proposing to do. Unlike Apple, Tesla are proposing to do a 5-to-1 share split. Now, what that basically means is that if you hold Tesla shares right now and you hold 1 share, you are going to be getting 4 additional shares to take your holdings up to 5. That doesn't mean that you're going to be making more money. Absolutely not. It just means that your price is also going to be diluted by a factor of 5. So for example, I have shares in Tesla. So my 1 share is going to turn into 5, and the share price at which I bought it is going to be diluted to the new share price. Now, as of today, Wednesday, at around about 5:45 in the evening, the share price is £1,515 to buy 1 share currently. Once the 5-to-1 share split has basically taken place at the end of this month, you will be able to buy Tesla shares at £303 per share. Now, I alluded to this last week when we talked about Apple, in the fact that a lot of the time these companies are doing these share splits because they want to make the share price more attractive to potential investors, and that includes retail investors like you and I, where we're using, Robinhood, Trading 212, eToro, Revolut, and so on and so forth. But they also want to make it attractive to the big investment houses who will be buying these shares to include within their pension funds. And there is a little bit of a psychological angle to this, in the fact that essentially people feel better about buying something at a lower price point than they do a higher price point. I mean, look, let's be completely honest. For most of us who are investing on a retail side, and most people watching this video, paying £1,515 for a Tesla share is pretty expensive. You will be more inclined to buy Tesla shares at 303, which is why you hear the phrase "it's overvalued." Well, as I've always said on this channel, share price isn't everything. It's an indication of what people are willing to exchange in cash for a share in the business. And what Elon's trying to do here is to make that share price more attractive. Tesla have not done this before, okay? So last week I talked about the fact that Apple have done this 4 times in the past, and 3 times out of the 4 where they have reduced the share price or split the share price, we've seen that the company share price has surged in the following 12 months. This will be a first time for Tesla, therefore it's a little bit of unproven, untested ground. And you have to really remember some of the fundamentals when it comes to Tesla specifically. They posted profit, however they don't have a long track record of profit. And I talk a lot about goals here on this channel. If you're buying a stock like Tesla, like Apple, like Microsoft, does purchasing that stock move you closer to your goal? That has always got to be the fundamental question that you ask yourself whenever you buy any shares. So with me, as you guys know, I own a Tesla. I'm at a supercharger right now. I'm a little bit of a Tesla fanboy. Now for me, I am planning to hold this stock for the long term. So for me, purchasing stock right now might not be a bad call. However, I still have a little bit of reservations because the share price in Tesla has seen a little bit of resistance over the last, I would say, at least a month, where it's bubbled around the 1500 mark and it's gone down to 1400, a little bit into 1300 mark, and we haven't really seen any surge past that. And all of this has been based off the Q2 returns, and the next one is going to be due back in October. So there is a little bit of science around what they're doing here. They want to create excitement around the stock price. We don't know what the Q3 numbers are going to be for Tesla in October. That is only just around the corner. But since the rally, since the Q2 numbers came out, we haven't seen it surge past beyond 1500 roughly. So the idea behind this is, by making the share price more attractive to investors, retail and institutional investors alike, they're likely to see a surge in the share price. And potentially, if they have really good returns in Q3, we might see a bit of a greater surge there. But we do not have any historical precedent to base this upon. A lot of the fundamentals around Tesla are shaky, some analysts will say. So when you're buying this company, you have to understand why you're buying it. Now, why did I buy Tesla? In the previous video, I explained my reasons for that. I'm going to link that right there. So go and watch that video back and use it to form some kind of foundation around why you might be buying Tesla, or why you might be looking to buy more shares in Tesla. I love the car. I absolutely love the car. I love the services that they have here in terms of the supercharger. This supercharger is only 3 miles down the road from where I live. So I charge the car here free almost every other day, as and when I need to. And I've had this car now for 5 years. I absolutely love this car. I love the business. I love what Elon is all about. So as a long-term investor in the stock, I haven't decided whether I'm actually going to buy more stock or wait until after the split. And that may seem counterintuitive, because Apple I didn't own, but I bought because it was an opportunity for me. And lucky enough for me, the share price has gone up since I purchased, and I'm going to show you my portfolio a bit later on, so you can kind of see the kind of gains that I've got from both my Apple and my Tesla stock in particular. Now, I'm a long-term holder. I'm not going to be trading this over the short term, looking for a little bit of profit here and there. I'm a long-term holder. So for me, I may purchase in the next few days. I'm not too sure yet. I haven't come to a determination on that just yet. But there's one other factor that is really, really important that I think everybody needs to consider, and that is the acceptance of Tesla into the S&P 500. Now, if you watch any of the analysts and the financial news, certainly out in America, there's a lot of talk about Tesla's inclusion in the S&P 500. Now, the reality is they qualify in terms of market cap, but again, because they haven't got a long track record of delivering profits on a consistent basis, they have not been included in the S&P 500 right now. That is a decision for the select committee for the S&P 500. However, with that said, there is a lot of speculation, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of excitement around Tesla stock to say that once they get accepted into the S&P 500, there will be a rally on the share price. I mean, some analysts are predicting $2,000 to $6,000 a share. Now, if you're getting in early right now, and the share price were to go anywhere near 2,000, 3,000, you are making a very, very healthy return indeed. But the question is, are they going to be accepted into the S&P 500? The reality is, there is no guarantee. They do qualify on one metric. Well, they qualify on both because they are reporting profits but not consistent. And there is a heavy reliance of Tesla sales being subsidized by, electric vehicle schemes and grants provided by governments, various governments across the globe. I think what they're looking for in the S&P 500 is to have natural profits without the reliance or existence of these kind of schemes which boost the sale of electric cars and Teslas specifically. So what I want to do is I just want to show you my share portfolio. I hold my shares with Hargreaves Lansdown and Trading 212. Now, I am up handsomely since I bought shares only a few months ago. And to be honest, I only started buying direct shares because of the content that I was producing here. I wanted to make sure that if I'm talking to you guys about doing it, I'm actually doing it myself. And my returns are actually very, very attractive. However, I don't want to leave with the fact that you're going to see some pretty good numbers within my share portfolio here in terms of returns. Returns are not real unless you cash them in, and that is one thing that is absolutely true and consistent with any investing. The same thing goes for a loss. A loss is only a loss on paper until you actually cash in your investment and materialize that loss. The same thing goes for any profits. You could be 70% up. It's not real until you physically cash it in. So let's jump into my portfolio, and I'm going to show you what returns I've had on my portfolio so far with Tesla and across Trading 212 across the other stuff that I hold. Okay, so this is my portfolio right now, and this is what I hold within Hargreaves Lansdown, and I hold Tesla and I hold Disney at this point in time. Now let's go on to my Tesla returns. As you can see here, I mean, it's a pretty decent return. I mean, 81.42% up since I bought this stock. And I just want to highlight this because, you know, I guess I was lucky in getting in when I did, and I wish that I'd actually got in a lot earlier. But the reality is I was put off by the share price, just like many people are. I felt that the share price was overvalued at the time, but for some reason, based on information that I was, hearing on the Model 3 delivery numbers, I thought, right, let me just bite the bullet and buy into Tesla. So I bought into Tesla at £850 or $850 at the share price. Now, fortunately for me, it's at 1,515 right now. So I've made a very, very, very handsome return on my Tesla stock specifically. 81.45% is a pretty good return over the last 3 months since I've actually bought this stock. I do want to go out and I do want to actually have a look at my Apple shares, which I actually bought last week, because again, this is testament to what kind of happens when you start to have a look at share splits and the impact that they can actually have. Now, as you can see here on my Apple holdings, I'm up about 3.9%. Now, I've not included, obviously, Facebook in this, and I've not included my Disney returns. But as a portfolio, actually, let me just do this right now. So I've got 3% right there. I have got another 3% with Facebook that I'm up, so that's 6%. Then let me just go back in Hargreaves Lansdown. With Hargreaves Lansdown in my holdings, I am 80% up right there and 12% up on Disney. So altogether, I've got an over 100% return on my investment holdings right now. And I only hold a little bit of cash here because most of my investments are done via funds and collectives. But again, I wanted to participate in buying these direct stocks because I was making this kind of, content for you guys to consume, because this is something that I know that a lot of you guys will be interested in and are actively doing using Trading 212, Robinhood and the like. So, these numbers are great, but fundamentally what it all boils down to is that you have to know exactly why you're buying shares in a company. Just because I've got an 80% return on Tesla doesn't mean that that is going to happen going forward. We could get ourselves in a situation where the share split happens and nobody really responds. Nobody really buys any of the Tesla stock because they still are betting against Tesla. And believe it or not, a lot of people are still betting against Tesla. The opposite might happen. So with this, please do your own research going forward and ask yourself these fundamental questions. Why are you buying the stock? Are you buying it because everybody's buying it? Or are you buying it because you understand what the business is doing? You understand their numbers, you understand their vision, you understand how they're going to be making profits going forward, you understand their strategic advantage. And again, if you've not watched that video where I talked about Tesla and why I bought Tesla stock, that's it right there. Please go and watch it. It's very, very important. But again, guys, this is an exciting time. A share split for the first time with Tesla. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with the share price. I might buy in over the next couple of days. I'll keep you guys posted. But, if you have any questions, please do leave them here in the comments. What are you planning to do? What is your initial reaction? Are you interested in just going in, buying before the split, in the hope that it is going to rally after the split with more interest from retail investors and institutional institutional investors, investment houses. What are your thoughts? Share with me in the comments. But until next week, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you've not listened to my podcast, then please, the artwork is right there. It's available on Google, Apple, and Spotify. It's a great podcast. We're going back to basics at the moment because I don't know if you heard, the UK is in a recession right now. So I thought we'd go back to basics this week and talk about the fundamentals that matter, the fundamentals that you need in order to lead a healthy financial life. So again, thank you guys for watching this video. Till next week, catch you later on. Oh, and by the way, there might be more videos coming along as I ramp up the content on this channel. I'm thinking of moving to 2 videos a week, a Tuesday and a Friday. So if that is something you like, let me know in the comments. Take care, guys.